cut copy. Zonoscope.
Holy crap. Hi everyone. Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. You guys remember my last video, yesterday's video, that sound that you're hearing right now. You may remember I told Cal Chuchesta as a joke because I was making fun of him to go get a hot dog. And he's now been making hot dogs for the past 13 hours straight. Now keep in mind, Cal Chuchesta does not know how to cook. He's just been slamming those doors all night. I'm hoping they just come off the hinges eventually. I'm just filming this video very early in the morning because I haven't gotten any sleep, and I'm probably not going to be able to until the daytime when he gets tired. So basically right now I'm just going to try to... It stopped. It stopped. Thank you. Well, we still have to talk up this album a little bit. Don't want to leave you guys hanging. So before I get into this, there are a couple things on the needledrop.com that are worth noting. I have a new writer, someone who is helping me write for the website. He's put up a couple articles, a new Ruby Coast album, a new track from Das Racist. Both good posts, both good pieces of music to check out. Yeah! Link in the D-box. Alright, let's get into this. Cut Copy is an Australian synthpop outfit, and this is their third LP, Zonoscope. Now you guys may have seen me review the first single to drop from this LP, Where I'm Going, a while back, and I was pretty surprised to see these guys take their electronic style and filter it through this sunny retro pop sound. But it's not like their previous LPs don't have a lot of variation on it. The band's biggest LP, In Ghost Colors, has its dancier tracks, its rockier tracks, acoustic moments, and that ability to jump from style to style translates to this LP too, in a pretty surprising way. If there's one thing I have to commend this album on, it's Cut Copy, with a lot of precision, shape-shifts while making this album a cohesive listening experience. The only place you could really pigeonhole these guys is the 80s, and that's because the sounds of new wave run through this record pretty deep, but that's probably something fans have already expected. It's just a poppy dance sound with a lot of synthesizers backing it up that reminds me of a lot of stuff Fleetwood Mac was putting out in the 80s. I'd go as far as to even say these guys are fans of Men at Work. But even if you're not really a new wave fanatic, the dance grooves on this album should definitely get you going at least a little bit on tracks like Elisa, Take Me Over, Blink and You'll Miss a Revolution. Just the feel of those tracks, the physicality of them translates to whatever decade you're in. You know, screw the whole retro thing. Because even though these guys borrow from the past, they don't strike me as a band lost in their own sense of nostalgia. Cut Copy puts a brave new face on this type of music that keeps them in league with their contemporaries like Holy Ghost, or Miami Horror, or Chromeo, or LCD Sound System. But I will admit, I find all of those bands to have a lot more personality than Cut Copy. So here come the gripes. I do have a lot of issues with this album. Mostly with the vocals. They just lack personality to me. They lack definition. Sure, this album is playful, it's fun, but pretty much this thing is unwilling to even dip one single toe into the experimental pool. The one moment where I do feel like they're venturing out a bit, the 15-minute song Sun God. The track has a lot of thick layers, a lot of sounds introducing themselves as the track evolves and builds and falls and just morphs. And even Dan Whitford sounds like he's letting go of some of his inhibitions in his vocals, getting a little more eccentric, a little more out there, and really laying some soul down on the track. But still, this thing is a nice listen. For me, it's like a strong 5 to a light 6, just kind of in one ear and out the other. But y'all know, that's just my opinion. If you're looking for a consistently simple and straightforward LP of dance pop with a strong retro flavor and pretty decent production as well, I'd say go for it. And before I wrap up this review, I want to mention one more record. If you're into this, you may also be into this next album, the LP Reptilians by the Oregon band Starfire. This is also a third album, and if I were to review this in its own separate video, I would say roughly the same thing that I did here. Some flashes of great songwriting, some nice grooves throughout, but just lacks the experimentation and the personality to keep me engaged and interested, just invested in the music. So what do you think of these two LPs? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Why? And what should I review next? Anthony Fantano, cut copy, Star forever.